I don't know how many people follow me that look at their notifications, but I always hate when I record a live how just you gotta chill out in the beginning. You know, like you can't just jump right into it like in a podcast, because you gotta tell people like go back and rewatch the beginning. Well, anyways, uh, something totally bizarre today. So if y'all know me, if you don't know me, I'm not going into the backstory, so you just have to figure it out. I danced for this guy a multitude of times, and, well, hold on, let me do this real quick. Cat, quit it. Nope, do that on your scratching pole, kitty. Quit it. Quit tearing up the couch. I need a water bottle. Big time. Okay. I really should have my computer for this one. But I don't want to be on here long because I'm not feeling the greatest, and I'm also involved in some other work. But I'll leave this public. I went searching for this guy that I danced for that would have had something to do with the tech in my body. I danced for him a bunch of times. And I also had met an NASA team. And, hold on. And, I'm not, for the sake of this, for this live, for just being able to tell this without it being taken down, I'm going to omit names. But I'll spell it out. Josiah. I'll spell out the other part of the name at the end, right before I log out of here. You know, I never realized the magnitude at which, like, the people were operating around me and in my life. Like, wow. Wow. He's like, I should have known that too, though, because, like, Charlie, when in Pacific Palisades, California, when I broke my ankle after I jumped into the LA wash running from a gunman. One time I made a post on Google Plus, and I said, you know, opportunities only come around once in a lifetime, so you should take those opportunities when they present themselves. Just so happens that guy and this lady, they were talking about me. I want to watch this, and I know that this video will get taken down if I say certain words. So I'm substituting words too on top of it. So unaliving, you know. And they were, and you know, it's kind of odd. And one day he says, you know, he goes, I should have took the opportunity when I had it. And I knew what he was talking about too, because he was involved. He was a programmer. And it makes sense now. It all fucking makes sense. Just like, man, Charlie, if you're watching, you need to program my blood back to where it was. I'll tell you that right now. Because the wormhole, the reversing time. You can go back in time. There's a time machine. It's about the genes. You guys know it's about the genes. You're able to cut, splice, and divide strands of DNA. You can literally alter people's personalities. That guy that I know had something to do when I was in the strip club. He has something to do with all this shit that began all them years ago. And I danced for the dude. So get this. For the longest time, for like a year or two, maybe it's been 4 or 5 years when I found out. Because wait a minute, we're in 2025. So hold up, let me calculate. We're in 2025. I would have said I met this guy in the year 2000. No later than the year 2001. But anyways, and then I met another dude. And Don. I met that guy and the Hoosiers girl in Hoosiers show club. Okay, let me reminisce, because there's a whole bunch coming at me right now in my head. Like, whoa. I could feel the energy in the room too. Like, what's she talking about? You know, crazy shit. No, yeah, it's some crazy shit, I'll tell you that. So let's see. When he came into my life, 2000. So is this okay? But I didn't know. He came into my life around the year 2000, 2001. So I didn't know, though. I didn't know until 2018, 19. It might have been 2019. It was in between 2019 and 2020. So it's been about 5 or 6 years that I've known. And I even did a video on this channel going, I danced for that dude. Holy shit. Well, get this. Years ago, I said, man, I should address that guy. You know, I should connect with him. Now, if this doesn't tell you I'm being highly, 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 highly surveilled, oh, shit, nothing will. Okay? Let me tell you, these people are so in my life. It's so crazy. Especially because, good Lord, God is large. He's big. He's not nothing to play with. I'll tell you that. Because my enemies, but okay, let me tell the story. I got all off because it's a lot, you know. You're just trying to digest all this shit. And you're just like, hold up. My whole train of thought just went, vroom. It's like, Speedy. Okay, but I'm not speeding or nothing, you know. I might have some racing thoughts because I'm like, holy shit. I met this guy 25 years ago. Here it is. It's getting ready to be 2026. It's about 74 days till 2026, okay? The year went by so fast. It went by so fast from when I saw that picture. After I got done, and then I was looking through the stuff, and then I seen that this dude, I was like, holy shit. Holy shit. And I would have never, ever, ever saw that without Don Fum. What the flying? Boom. Okay, this is like, God is big. Because this ain't me. This was totally an outside source. I said it when I saw the picture. I was like, holy shit, I danced for this dude. I did a video, y'all. I did a couple. I've talked about the dude's in my damn book. At the end of my book. Okay, he's in my book. He's in my book. At the end of my book. If you have ever downloaded my book, you can go to last pages. I don't remember if it's like, shit. Page 222. Because it's actually 223 pages. No. I'm sorry, because I included all of the key terms at the end of the book. It might have been around 212, page 212 in there, something like that. The face is in a book. Okay, why is this big? Why am I thinking about this shit right now? So earlier today, I decided I was going to look up his name, right? And I did. But this girl's face comes up. Okay, this is not the dude. Right? This is not the dude. But, and then get this. I'm looking, I'm like, what? I got this stuff in there in a notepad, but I'm busy doing something. And then I've got some other shit I gotta do tonight. So I wanted to get this off my chest. I had to. Because I know y'all watching. Okay? I mean, y'all are close. Close. Man, you're so close, I bet you could smell my poop. Have I ever done anything alone in my life? Ever? I mean, if people knew what was really going on, the whole enormity of what's happened to me in my life, like, it's been some shit. And all the shit that started this off was always on a lie. It was always on a lie. And finally, one day, I just broke. They knew what they were doing. Of course you did. You guys were in every freaking thing, period. But if this don't tell you something, nothing will, because they are erasing this dude. Man, I should go in and show you, but I got something on the grill. So hold on. Because I feel like I should go in and show you what I'm talking about. They're erasing this dude's name and putting a female in his place. Nobody heard that, did they? Nobody heard that. You know. Okay. Ooh. All right. Warm the corn and the potatoes up. Hold on, shit, I forgot the gravy. Mashed potatoes, corn, and then there's gravy in there. It'll be done in 2.5 minutes. Okay. All right, so let me get back over where I want to eat too. I'm hungry, so I gotta eat. But I'm gonna have to show this. They're trying to scrub this dude, and they're trying to replace him with a female. And you want to know something? I think I know why. Because of me. That's what I think. Yep, that's exactly what I think. Watch. Hold on. Hold on. No, you know what? I just was told in the spirit not to do that. Okay, let me get this one. Hold on. What the heck? I'm tripping. Okay. 1 second. Let's see, what am I doing? How do I flip this thing around? This is nuts. Look how puffy my eyes are. I hear that's can be parasitic. So I've got a Rogers head. Look at this. Wait, while I'm looking about how to turn this around. I got one of these. I was supposed to start it today. Because you got to do this drink for 3 days first. But I'm excited about this. I probably need 60 days because I do feel like I've been having some issues for a minute. But, well, turn it around then. So let me see if I can figure out. It's Rogers Hood Apothecary, the Parafly kit. I'm going to put it right here so I can be on it first thing in the morning. But, alright, I was going to show you something. Then I heard in the spirit, not to, and my thing is not. What's tripping me out is normally there's a button here that, let me look. Okay, that's start a poll and question and answer. This is no video. Show live video. Don't show live video. What the heck? What's this? Chat filter. Community moderation. Okay. Copy link. Well. Okay, hold on. I'll do it this way. Okay, actually, I know a way. Hold on. I know a way. Okay, never mind my small mess. But, yeah, it's kind of a mess. Alright, hold on. Let's see how this... I'll get it right in a second. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. Look, okay, I want you to see this. Ah, shit. Okay, hold on. Where's the camera is right here. Okay. And this is, I'll do it this way. Crap. Okay. My gosh, can I get it right? Okay, there we go. This face. That dude. He has earrings all up his ear, like all down his ear. So that's who comes up when you just put in the name. Right? This is weird. Watch this. This blew my mind. Google has this girl. Listen, I shit you not. If you do go through these links, this girl, they're replacing this dude with this girl. It's not the same person. This one. Josie Zahner. A NASA scientist. Hold on. Come on. This girl. Those are not the same people. They're saying Mad Pirate, Queen of Biotech, PhD at U of Chicago, founder at We Build Life and the Odin Inc. Did you just see what came up a second ago? Odin was under Joe Zanier, which is a different dude. Wow. And then y'all are trying to scrub the internet of him. You know what's funny? And I know it's because I've been talking and stuff. And that's, you guys, you think you're doing something big and noble and, you know, like it's all going to be so great because, you know, you're cultic families who have been just robbing and pillaging the villages, you know, since freaking great-great-grandparents and shit. Y'all was bred into this shit, you know? You were bred into it. I know. And it's sad that you guys think like, oh yeah, you know, we can do this, we can do that. You can't do nothing that God hasn't ordained for you to do. Y'all are wiping this dude's name and replacing it with this girl. What are y'all gonna say? Y'all gonna pretend, and you don't see all these people out here noticing that you're switching all these dudes and these females, and that the celebrities are all taking on different parts and everything else? Like, you don't think that people see this shit now? I mean, they're waking up. Something's happening, right? And I'm telling you what's happening. God is coming with a vengeance. He is. He's coming with a vengeance. Anyhow, I'm about to get off of here. I'm going to go get me something to eat. And it makes sense too, because of the metaphysics and things like disappearing and stuff like that. It makes sense. That's why when I always ask the Lord to bring it back, it comes back. See, I'm also learning too. And y'all might be out here learning a bit and advancing in your system, but you're manipulating the system. The airwaves. You don't think that God is the airwaves, that he controls it all? You can erase people, reinstall them, and that's bold of you guys too. What was it? Did you guys get rid of Joe? That's why you got to replace him with another Joe? A female? You got rid of the dude, didn't you? Couldn't keep him around. I did wonder how the hell you had a job with you. But then when I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. Because there's an awful lot amount of fraud. I mean, yeah, biotech is huge. Yeah, of course. Yes. Huge. Billions of dollars. Yay for you. Kudos. But you've got to harm innocent citizens to do it. I was going to college. I was minding my own business. I wasn't doing nothing to nobody, but living in, I was actually giving to people. But hey, who am I? But a girl y'all targeted. And I can't believe in real time I'm watching you guys erase this dude. You're erasing him and replacing him with a female. I literally was clicking on these links on the internet and was like, holy shit. Is what I'm seeing what I'm seeing? Because not only was it a girl in his place, but then the links, all the old links, when you click on it, when it shows the dude's face, all the pages are down. All of them. I shit you not. On my other device, I got the pictures and stuff, but I ain't pulling it out. I have nothing to prove to anybody. You can look for yourself. I don't need to spell the last name now because I just showed it. Those are two different people. That was the first dude was the one that I'm telling that I talked about. That I that I know that they said was the president of Odin. Okay, so they know that I've been talking. You understand? They got this dude off the scene. They're erasing it. The fact that this is even going on, that in and of itself, my God. Wow. And y'all bold as hell, too. Well, God is an awesome God. He reigns. And I put all my trust in him. And if I encounter you and you encounter me, and it just so happens to be the day that I'm going home, and okay, may the Lord bless you and forgive you, for they know not what they do. But in real time, it's mind blown. Absolutely mind blown right now. They're literally erasing the dude. Just erasing him. All the pages. Down, down, down. And then the ones that are up is her. And she says she's the president of the company. Do you understand? Oh my gosh. The enormity. And they did it. I'm telling you. Because I called him out 5 or 6 years ago. So you better change the face of this guy here real quick. And what better thing to do than to change him into a her? The same shit they're doing out here. What's that one girl she was talking about? Oh yeah, I'm Zac Efron. She was like, people don't know. I put a dress on and I hit the floor, and here I am. And then I go back, take my dress off, and change a little bit. And I'm both of you right in front of your faces. My gosh. That's so bold. Like I got worked up. I was like, wait a minute. Well, I got to make a note of this. Other people in the world have to hear this. You have to. This is a must listen to. You got the scoop. Yeah, I mean, because if you don't, the enormity. Yeah, I understand. I was hunted. Okay? They have been hunting me, playing the hunting games with my life. I was poisoned with their tech, kidnapped out of my own home. Experimented on without my consent for years. Years. And that dude, the first dude I showed, that dude, I danced for him in Dancer Show Club a multitude of times. Maybe for 6 fucking months. He used to wear basketball shorts and a t-shirt all the time. That's what he wore. And he had lots of money, I'll tell you that. He did. He would come in and drop $300 to $500 on me easy. Sometimes $600, $700. There might have been times he gave me $800, $900, $1,000. But now I see why. Because I bet the money he got to freaking poison me with that tech. I mean, I don't know what his role was. I'll just know maybe he gave me some money with this shit in it. Maybe he bought a drink and put something in it and I freaking drank it. I don't know. All I know, and then I got kidnapped out of my house. But everything that was going on, the doctors being funny with me. Yeah, I would go one time and it was cool as hell. The second time I went, they were a totally different person. Somebody talked to them. And I didn't believe that until the day I was in the jail. And I had jumped into the LA wash running from a freaking gunman. And I was in the jail that night because the cop lied on me. I'm not going into that, but the cop was in on it. And I called him out on it. He said, oh, we all got to eat somehow. Well, anyways, that, I was in the jail. Man, I was never so happy to be in jail. I was so happy to be in jail. I was like, thank you, Lord. I shit you not. I shit you not. I was so happy. I actually was kind of shitty that I got out so soon. I was like, damn, I could have stayed in here for a week and been cool. Like, shit. Oh, man. But, oh, shit. The doctor at the jail, I came in and he was like, you just broke your ankle. I said, yeah. I said, Doc, can you prescribe me some Tylenol, please? I said, I just did it. And he goes, well, didn't they give you something at the hospital? I said, no, they didn't even x-ray it. He looked at me and said, what? I said, yeah, they didn't even x-ray it. And the phone rang. He picked up the phone. Somebody said something to him. And he looked at me. He had put the phone down. He didn't even tell the person, all right, bye. He just put the phone down, okay? He put the phone down. And he looked at me. He said, all right, I'm going to give you Tylenol 325s. I'll give you this many a day. Get out of my office. I knew somebody talked to him about me. I knew it. But what I didn't know was how they could do it. There's this lady today talking about how, oh, it's a surveillance state, yada, yada, yada. Okay. This is old news, honey. I thought a bunch of targeted individuals, we came out. We've been talking to you. We've been telling you. We have been telling you what's going on. Y'all talking about all these people crazy. They got schizophrenia. They this, they that. No, homie. Now it's you. Oh, shit. I told y'all. I said, well, the Lord told me it was going to be you next. And see what comes with that. Oh, baby. Oh, man. Some of y'all messed up. You know, some people out here just need to repent. But it's probably too late for them right now. I feel like the door already shut. I feel like, judgment is here. Like, roll out. It's like, okay. Yep. Okay. They got the big dogs, right? Oh, boy. I don't know when. But I do know. I've been waiting on something large for years. I thought this shit would happen 6 years ago. I'm like, God is an awesome God. Wow. He's got love beyond human comprehension. But anyways, they are erasing this dude from the world, I guess. He's no longer the president. That's a female, I guess. And then she's got the same story that he's got, and he's being erased. All of his stories are being erased right now. And this is happening. Get this. This is happening in the spot that those guys, when the aliens come. Oh, shit. When the aliens come. I just can't even believe this shit. It's almost like just fucking mind-blowing. Excuse my French. Because, wow. Anyways. Oh, man. Well, let's see. They've been doing this stuff. All right, surveillance. They've been doing it. How do you think they kidnap women out of their homes and do whatever they want to them and bring them back injured? How do you think they send so many people into a person's life that it's like they're the ones orchestrating things and pulling the strings around you so that they end up in their favor? You know? The barrage of surveillance. I looked this dude's name up and I was like, what? So I bet they didn't think that I was going to look his name up. That was a Holy Spirit moment right there, because I caught it. They're in the process of doing this. They're putting the walls up. The whole narrative has been spun, honey. Okay, everybody's just playing their part, and they're all good actors. Yeah. Y'all playing with the genome. So, with that being said, the right thing to do would be to go back in time. I read the little thing that this journalist put out talking about scientists found a way to go back in time. Yeah, to recover the genes that you guys destroyed, that you went into and just decided you was going to slice in half, and you're slicing and dicing a person's atomic structures, right? You're over here Monopoly, move the chess pieces, backgammon, and I mean, you can get, because the human body is a pretty huge organism when you look at it from the perspective that you guys are, using particle physics and quantum mechanics, and okay, y'all brilliant, right? No, you guys are evil as hell. What the hell? But you could go back in time. You can take that organism and go back in time. Well, you could do that for me, You really could. But God can do it better, because God can. He can heal. Did you know that the lamb's blood is the antidote to the snake bite? So while they're busy erasing this dude's name from the internet, making him a female, I mean, gosh, isn't that what they're doing everywhere, all over already? Like, I mean, wow. Get on TikTok, flip through, you've got so many converts. It's like, whoa. Woo. All right. Yeah. Anyways, we live in their world. And boy, oh boy, the guys that are out there pulling the strings, this goes to show certain people are expendable, because that's not the same person. That is not the same person. That is not the same person. And what are they going to do? Are they going to spin it and say, are they going to spin it and say that he gave himself because he was in the Atlantic, the paper? I screenshot the shit. Okay, he's in Atlantic. In the publication online, they're talking about him, and they're talking about these other dudes who had pulled down their pants in a event, biohacking event, and he shot himself up with this CRISPR-Cas9. And dude said he was doing it. He was selling them things out of his home, the labs, the kits, the CRISPR kits, selling them out of his home. Okay, 5-6 years ago, that was the story. That's where Odin come from. But now all of a sudden it's a girl. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Okay. Anyhow, because, wow. That's a conspiracy on top of a conspiracy on top of a conspiracy. Like, y'all just don't quit, do you? These movies of all these weird stories of people doing this, X, Y, and Z, and it just gets worse by the day. You just start doing one thing, and then y'all just keep going. You're like the mad woman. You're just like, oh man, wow. That's what y'all are doing out here. Wow. And then, it makes sense to me, though, because all these survivors of SRA and SA and all that stuff, all these survivors, you hear me? They've been talking about that. That's why a lot of targeted individuals will stick up for those. Because that's the type of people we always were anyways. I know that, because that was me. I've always been loyal. Always. Not only am I loyal, but I'm straight up, and I ain't out to get you. I care. Like, I ain't, but no, you guys are on a bad trip. Just like start rolling down a hill and you just can't quit, because this is deep. So I want to know which one it is. Did you guys erase him because Carmen got to talking about him and you guys got wind of it, right? You eventually, this video circulated enough that you got wind that, holy shit, there's this girl out here. Or someone read my book and they were like, hold up. So then they contacted him because he's the president of a company. And they said, did you know that there is this girl that is out here saying that she met you in a strip club and dancer strip club? And that she believes that you are tied to the reason why she was poisoned and got the tech in her body. I'll never forget it. The year this shit began happening, everywhere I went, didn't matter where I went, people would go, man, I don't know what just happened. My computer stopped working. I'm like, huh? It was so much, okay, that I told a good friend of mine who's now sleeping in Christ. I told Scott, I said, the weirdest thing is going on everywhere I go. Grocery stores, if I'm buying something in the mall, anything. I could be in Victoria's Secrets. I could be in the Sally's Beauty Supply. You know, I could be in Joanne Fabrics, for crying out loud. I could be in McDonald's. I could be, in the bar. I could be, in the newer computers. It was like they were interacting with my cells or something. I could call on the phone. Every single time I did, they would be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened. My computer stopped working. I told my buddy, he made up this word. He said, oh, you're eclectic. I was like, is eclectic even a word? He's like, I don't know, but it is now. So I'm like, all right, that's what's up. So I'm eclectic. And I did find out later on that eclectic is a word. And, but it didn't mean what, I'm pointing out here. Anyhow, oh my gosh, so much shit has went on in 25 years. 74 days into 2026. And on this just 74 days before 2026, I am literally witnessing the erasure of one of the people. I met a whole team, a whole NASA team, a whole team. I have met a whole team. In the club, in Dancer Show Club, around the same time I danced for that dude all the time. They were in there for a while. One of the dudes had, he had in between, let's see, can you see me? Oh, wait a minute. Did my camera turn around? No, it didn't. Okay. Oh my, this cat was ready to come out. All right, he had, right here, he had a gap between his front two teeth, and it was, and how do I remember that? My husband had a gap, and this dude, he was a white dude, he had freckles, he was tall. I think I even went to the casino with this guy. If I believe that guy came in with a bunch of people, and they were in town on business, and then he was like, oh, you want to hang out or whatever, you want to do something? So I was like, yeah, we can hit up the casino. And we went to the casino together. Anyways, but it could be another redheaded dude, but I didn't know a lot of redheaded dudes. So I do know that I talked to that dude and danced for him and I saw a picture on the internet, and when I saw it, I was like, holy shit. There was a girl that had long brown hair in the picture. They've since stole that video from me. But it was a girl with long brown hair, and they've wiped that picture off the internet. But I used to see that girl too in various places across the United States. And I always wondered to myself, I swore I saw you somewhere else. And people would say, oh yeah, you got clones or whatever. Certain people would tell me now, hey Carmen, I just seen you. My daughter said, Mom, are you in Muncie? I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, I just saw you walking down the street. I said, no, you didn't. She said, oh, yes, I did. She's like, I know my mom. And I was like, you didn't see me, girl. I'm in Arizona. Like, you're crazy. And she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, look just like you. Somebody else just texted me the other day and said, hey, do you still happen to be in Colorado? But people would say to me, oh yeah, you got a doppelganger out there. Well, with what I know about biotech and what they've been talking about, the little kids, when the little ones, when they were talking early on, back in early 2000s, them kids, well, I say that was about 2013, 14 when they actually came out with it, but that was featured in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, and they were talking about the underground tunnels and the science experimentation. Then there was a dude that came out and he said he worked in the tunnels, but he wore a mask and they masked his voice up. And he said, you wouldn't believe how many children are down there. I heard other children say that very thing. You wouldn't believe how many. Then I realized I heard in another one that was talking about it, Ted Gunderson, who they killed. He was talking about this shit. Wow. Like just it's like a barrage of memories coming back all of a sudden. And it's just so wild witnessing the erasure of this dude. They're just literally erasing the guy. But hey, anyways, I'm going in to eat and I got it notated. I guess I got it off my chest, even though, no, I'm like, this is huge. This is big. It's not every day people are erased from the internet or a company and replaced with the female and someone associated to you in such a high degree. It's like, wow. Wowzers. Anyways, holy smokes. I made note of it. It happened today. It was just about 2 hours ago that I looked and noticed. And he's literally being erased. Every click, every link. But his face is what comes up immediately when you put it in. But when you go to the links, when you try to go, it says, sorry, page not found. Sorry, page not found. And then the ones that pop up when the page loads ain't the same as what you saw when you just put it in a search bar. So it's really in real time, like happening now. They're trying to erase it all. I'm always blown away, though, with how intricate you guys were in my life and how instrumental these agencies were and these organizations and all the people that were connected to it. Like, gosh, it's a huge network. It really is. It's permeated every field and facet of our world. But that's where the end times come in. Anyhow, I love you guys. I'm gonna, with y'all in here, nobody was in here talking to me. I love y'all. I hope y'all take care, take charge. And Josiah, wherever you are, if they ain't took you out, baby, okay? If they haven't taken you out, you probably hiding somewhere, living good. Honey, could you do me a favor? Please, please. Get back in your computer and do a wormhole and put my shit back the way it was. Playing with my DNA was wrong. Taking over the workhorse of someone's cells is wrong. It's wrong. God don't like ugly, I'm going to tell you that. I believe his word. And I don't care about this flesh suit. Y'all can have this shit. Really. You can have it. I don't want it in the first place. But dang. It's all right, Josiah. Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. I know that female is not you. I'd like to know if they took you out or if you're still around out here. I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. Let's see.